GTT. Not sure if your studio's audio sounds competitive? A sound check by George the Tech removes all doubts and explains the next steps. Audiobooks, podcasts, voiceovers. For content creators, we do it all. New customers get 20% off their first service with a coupon code on your screen.
George the Tech.
Hey everybody, it's George the Tech here at VO Atlanta 2025. And I've sat down at the booth that is covering the software that is everybody is buzzing about, and that's Source Connect 4. We have heard about the beta. It's been in beta for a long time as it's been tested by the whole audio, remote, and voiceover production community, and now it's real, just in time for VO Atlanta. So we're going to give it a demo. So what you're seeing on this monitor here is the actual Source Connect software, and to give us the full effect, what I'm doing is recording myself on my phone, but my audio is going to be capturing not only this microphone that you see, but also the return from Source Connect 4. So to help us test this out, way far away from Atlanta is Mr. Robert Marshall. We're going to get him on right now, and we'll say hi to Robert when he connects here on Source Connect 4 any moment now. Hey, Robert, how you doing?
Good, man. How you doing?
Excellent. It's fun to talk to you in a virtual format like this, and we're sitting here in a pretty noisy room. We're using our Apollo right now with some expansion and some noise filtering to give us a cleaner sound. How does it sound to you?
You actually sound really good, and it's like I guess when you're talking I can hear the background, but the gate is certainly gating it out once you stop talking. Not too bad. It's that API, isn't it?
I think the API and CVOX both. Yeah, we're using a combination.
Oh, is it CVOX? Yeah, CVOX is amazing too. Yeah.
It is. So tell us about how far away you are right now.
I'm in Chicago on my internet, which is technically T-Mobile 5G over a 900 megahertz wireless connection.
And I love that you test it. You basically are the torture tester of the worst network connections ever. So tell us a little bit about why that's not such a big concern because of its built-in ability to back up the session. How does that work?
In fact, actually, I'm just sitting here in Pro Tools so I can kind of show it too. But basically, I can record you, and if you were the voice talent, everything that I record of you, Source Connect is tracking. We can show it the record folder over here in the
you're capturing your monitor,
auto
on your
restore,
end.
auto replace panel.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I'm recording you, and we might actually see how bad it is if you keep on talking to me a little bit. I'll just stop it actually. So I just stopped the recording. Yeah, I just stopped it. We don't have to belabor it. But then if I look here, give it a second, and this it'll show me the files that I recorded because Source Connect tracks those files. So there it is, and it says restore not required, which means it didn't drop any packets. But if it did drop any packets, it would have fixed them. It would have filled them in, and a moment later, if I had a dropout in this recording up here, I would have played it back, and there would have been no dropout.
So what you're saying is my audio feed to you from the hotel is better than your audio feed back to me for some reason. That's the amazing part.
At this very moment, if I'm dropping out really bad, yeah.
On Wi-Fi, yeah.
Yep.
That's crazy. Crazy. I guarantee there's going to be people pulling off sessions on cruise ships and all kinds of crazy scenarios with this thing.
Yeah, of course there are, because, back in the day, Joe Cipriano did sessions on cruise ships bridged to ISDN with, 5 seconds of latency,
That's right.
So,
that's
that
right.
Definitely...
Yeah, that's right. And Starlink is a game changer, right? I'm sure there's a lot of people going to be using Starlink with this thing.
Totally. Yep.
Oh,
and there's a lot of people using Starlink, and you can, even with Starlink, you could get a fixed or a public IP address, but now with Source Connect 4, you don't need ports.
That's right.
So you don't even have to do that. You can just get the normal connection.
So what are a few other? We know why the talent likes it, but give me a couple rundowns on what is improved from the voice actors side. What is making their life easier?
Well, I would say no. Yeah, actually, here, let me see here. I have one right here. So I just recorded you, and I got a dropout, and I'm highlighting it here. Okay. And if I go back over to Source Connect now, and it says restoring, transferring. If you look on yours, you'll see it too. You can go to the restore replace panel, you'll see it. And it's restored, and boom, the dropout disappeared.
It's already done, right?
Yeah, it's done. And my waveform over here in Pro Tools, which I was highlighted on, like, fixed it up. So yeah, restore replace is really big. And so a new thing with talent is that now talent get replace. And what replace is not just the ability to fix the dropout, but to actually replace all the recordings and any edits that the engineer does with the uncompressed audio right off of your microphone or your interface's A to D converter. So it's literally as if they recorded you directly in person. They get the pure signal right off your
But the actor does not have to have a backup recorder rolling. They can just connect and go. They don't have to deal with that.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Like I could sit here and edit this file here that I've got of you, and I could edit it, and do whatever I want. This could be a million takes, and here's an edit. And then I just go back over to Source Connect, and here's the takes, and I can say replace now. And so now it's going to your system, and it's getting the uncompressed audio. And you're uploading it, I'm going to download it, and it'll conform to my edits.
Yeah, and what basically Robert's outlining here is that a lot of what this software does is enable a very efficient workflow for production, right? And this is why Source Connect has been popular for so long, is how it fits into workflows that they've already established and what they already love to use. And then on the studio end, Robert, the side you're looking at, what are a couple little things that improve the life for the producer? Well, we just talked about replacing, or the ability to replace dropouts. What are some other things that have improved the life for the producer engineer on the record end?
On the record end, I mean, there's a pop from my mic, sorry about that. But on the record end, the remote transport sync panel is all redone with now MIDI timecode and LTC. So that's a little bit easier than using Rewire in the past. And the connections now, an engineer can have multiple connections going on simultaneously. And I don't have that here, but the engineer can select a separate output for each talent and therefore record them onto separate tracks in their DAW. So they could do a ensemble record with many talent simultaneously and still get discrete separate tracks, out of each one, again with restore and replace. And the talent will all hear each other without the engineer having to do any extra patching to let all the talent hear each other in that conference. So that multiple connection is much easier than it was in Source Connect 3. But you still get the power of each one being discrete.
Yeah, that's a big deal. We've demonstrated that over on the Pro Audio Suite too, because we use Source Connect to record that show, and Robbo in Sydney is recording everything, and he's had very complex sessions made into much easier to manage sessions as a result of all that, right?
Yep, exactly. Well, he doesn't, he just can route everything into Pro Tools, and then with replace, he just clicks a button. If you remember in the past, we were always like, oh, Dropbox, and send me a file. Right. You didn't get that file. Can you send it to me again?
That's right.
That's all.
That's all in the past. That's all in the past. Well, congratulations, Robert. I know you guys.
And I can tell you something else that's really cool. I'll give you a really cool sneak peek thing. We will be showing video cameras in Source Connect at NAB.
Awesome. I can't wait to see it. Ooh. I'll be there to do another demo with you in the flesh. I'll be there at NAB with you guys, so we'll be able to demonstrate that too. I can't wait to see it. And that's a big deal. That's a big deal. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, because then the next step after that will just be to record them, and then there's your mega podcast solution.
Yeah, well, we all need it. Everybody's gone video now, whether we wanted to or not.
I know. I hate
video is so much more work. It's so much more work. Anyway, it's been great hanging out here with you virtually. Congratulations on the launch. Man. I know the process you guys. Yeah. I know somewhat about the process you've gone through. I've been there every step of the way as you guys go through it, and it's such a milestone, and I'm really proud of you guys. And Rebecca, well done, all of you guys on the team.
Yeah.
Vincent over here, holding down the fort at the booth.
Let me cover some quick stuff, just really quick. But anybody who subscribes to Source Connect, you don't have to upgrade. You just have to download it and launch and log into Fora because you have the upgrade as part of your subscription. If you have an old license, you can call us and we'll help you through whatever the upgrade is. But yeah, it's there and ready to use and much better. And looking forward to everyone jumping on.
That ease of a seamless
man,
upgrade for all the subscribers is awesome. That's beautiful. All right, there we have it, right here from the Source Elements booth at VO Atlanta. To be continued when we head out to NAB in a couple of weeks. Now you've seen it, now you've heard it. Source Connect 4, it's for real. Find out more at source-elements.com.
George the Tech.